Radar Command, I'm detecting increasing levels of sappiness. Oh! Greetings, everyone. My name is Some Jerk with a Camera, and welcome to Some Jerk with a Camera, where I review the attractions and paraphernalia of Disneyland and sometimes other theme parks on location from those parks themselves. I am thrilled and honored beyond words to be one of the newest members of the Channel Glasses That Awesome with a Guy thing family. I'm currently hard at work on a brand new batch of episodes which will premiere in 2015, but in the meantime, I thought I'd show you my backlog! Good question, Crickets. What you're about to see is the very first episode I ever did, first uploaded on February 3rd, 2011. It pretty much speaks for itself. Enjoy! Ah, bear! To all who come to this happy place, welcome. I'm Some Jerk with a Camera. Disneyland, USA. Who doesn't love this place? It's a home away from home for kids of all ages, a passport to worlds unknown, a tent pole of the American zeitgeist, a place I'd like to point towards when they bury my carcass, a joyous celebratory land of $4.29 for an orange juice, you bunch of fun! Yes, you can't really love something unless you're willing to mock it for all it's worth. Just look at your children. And that's why this show is devoted to the joys and the frustrations, the trials and tribulations of the attractions and paraphernaliations of the second happiest place on Harbor Boulevard. Next to that Swedish massage parlor down the street. Ugh! God, that hurts. For my very first episode, I'd like to review a peculiar piece of park paraphernalia, the very first movie ever based on a Disney theme park attraction. It's the story of a lowly band of rogues, outcasts from society, desperate creatures forced to scrounge for whatever they can get while constantly at each other's necks. It's the story of their quest for redemption and their rise to power. I refer, of course, to the Country Bears.
We're the bears who sing for doo-doo-dah, doo-dah.
Yes, before the Pirates movie, there was the Country Bears movie based on Country Bear Jamboree. If you've never seen Country Bear Jamboree, it's pretty much what you see in your head when you hear the words Country Bear Jamboree. What a strange choice for a first movie. I mean, granted, these guys inspired the revered Chuck E. Cheese house band like the Beatles inspired Oasis, and granted, we've all heard of the Country Bear Jamboree.
It's like a freaking Country Bear Jamboree around here.
But does anyone actually like it? Was anyone begging for this to be adapted to the silver screen? This is corny! Cornier than corn itself. If the entire state of Iowa ate nothing but corn for a year, you know, for a change, their sewers still wouldn't be half as corny as this shit.
Yes, folks, we only have high-class stuff on this show.
I mean, if you're like me, then the only reason you've seen it so much is because the line for Splash Mountain was too damn long and you just, for the love of God, wanted some air conditioning. Well, movie theaters have air conditioning too, so why not? Here's why not. So the movie starts out with footage of... Ah! Oh, movie, you gave me quite a start there. Okay, very funny. Now, let's see the real bears. You know, the cute Disney bears that can emote and carry a story. Really? You're actually kinda trying to make them look like real bears that eat campers and shit them out in the woods? Okay, let's assume for a minute, or 90, that I'm buying into your contention that bears sing country music. Why would you want to make them look real? You're never going to quite succeed. You're only going to make them look just real enough to look totally fake. And a little scary for little kids. Look at those sharp teeth. Look at those tiny dead eyes. There ain't no soul in there. This one looks more like a buffalo. I mean, look at Fozzie. You never ever believe Fozzie's a real bear, but you always believe he's a character. And remember those cute, cuddly bears from the Jamboree? They got viciously mauled by these inexpressive, inflexible, godless killing machines! So this footage is being watched by, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna go ride Splash Mountain. The line for Splash Mountain is 2 miles long, so This little bear cub, I shit you not, is named Barry Barrington. Joining such classic Disney characters as Ducky Duckingham, Micey Mousenblatt, and Zippo the clown-faced jerkbot. Barry is voiced by the Oscar-nominated Haley Joel Osment, who looked less artificial in AI. Fuck, Teddy from AI looked less artificial than Barry the bear bearing bear. Maybe they should have just done these bears in CGI. I mean, even that would look better than... Ah! No, it wouldn't, no, it wouldn't, no, it wouldn't get it off the screen! Far am I into this? 4 minutes! Great. So, what other talent did they drag into this train wreck?
I learned a lot from those guys. And
oh no, not Willie!
Willie! How many times do we have to tell you you have to pay taxes every year? You know, it won't always be Disney bailing you out, pal. Someday it might be Jessica Simpson.
Mom, am I adopted?
Of course not, honey.
Your father just has hairy sperm. It skips a generation. And tickles like the dickens. So Barry's brother explains the horrible truth.
The Rangers used this to track you. They brought you home, they showed you a bunch of Barney videos, and they pretended you were their son.
Oh, come on. A talking dinosaur? Pfft. That's just stupid. So Barry does the only sensible thing. Run away from home, board a Greyhound, and head to the Country Bear's old stomping grounds, Country Bear Hall, a genuine rustic log cabin made of earth and wood. Just look at this real tree in the same shot. They're totally the same color. But the place is about to get demolished thanks to a greedy banker played by Christopher Walken?
$20,000. Must be tough. You had a good run, Henry, but...
That poor, deluded soul? He thinks he's in a movie.
They're gonna tear down Country Bear Hall.
Tear down Country Bear Hall?
Oh no, it's the irony alarm. Stay calm, kids, I'll try to explain. Now, the original Disney World version of Country BJ is still open for business down in Florida. But to make way for a Winnie the Pooh ride, the Disneyland version was in fact torn down in 2001. 10 months before this movie came out! That's right, folks. Disney made a movie about trying to save Country Bear Hall while tearing down Country Bear Hall.
That's ingenious corporate synergy! Hey kids, you like this bulldozed pile of rubble on the ground? Well then you'll love this bulldozed pile of rubble of a movie. In fact, that gives me a great idea for how Disney can promote the next Pirates flick. Close down the ride on both coasts, replace them with an Arby's, buy back every DVD and Blu-ray of the first 3 movies, and burn them all in a huge bonfire on top of the Haunted Mansion. That'll make the fans love ya.
Oh look, Barry's crossing a replica of the bridge at Disneyland that doesn't quite lead to Country Bear Hall anymore! It literally makes no sense. The only reason to ever tear down an attraction is because no one's attracted to it. And if no one's attracted to it, what in God's name would attract them to the movie?
This movie literally has no right to exist. It shouldn't exist. It can't exist, and yet it does. Or does it? Ow!
I tell you, a lot of great music was on that stage. There's Flatt and Scruggs, Living Lips McGraw, Goma. Jimi Hendrix opened here for Vanilla Fudge.
Then after he died, I hate him. He tasted terrible. I almost choked on my vomit.
I belong here helping you save this place.
Nah.
And we can do it with a concert to raise the money. We can get the band back together.
Get the band back together. Get the...
So, because that doesn't rip off any movie they can think of, they get the old tour bus out of storage along with a roadie named...
Hey, Barry. Meet Rhodey.
Hi.
You see my chicken?
So for those following at home, this movie has a bear named Barry Barrington, a roadie named Rhodey, and a chicken named Mr. Chicken. It's economical to hire children to write your children's movies because you can just pay them in candy. Okay, now watch the greatest reaction shot in the history of cinema. Spectacular.
Okay, people, we're losing our light. Could we get one take where his head moves and his eyes widen at the same time, please? It just helps the illusion that it's spontaneous, you know, Disney magic and all that. Are we ready? Good. Okay, take 56, cue the bird song, and action! cut. I knew I should have directed Snow Dogs.
Meanwhile, Barry's parents have called the cops to look for him, played by the black guy from Galaxy Quest and a white guy from Office Space.
When I'm upset, I bake. Please help yourself.
You can really taste the despair.
Does he have any distinguishing marks?
Yeah, he's got thick brown hair all over his body.
He looks like a 4th grader?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go to my room now, and I'm gonna stay there till I'm 18.
Okay, movie, I am really trying here, but if you're gonna stick to the premise that talking bears are normal, you can't have one kid who says they're not normal. That just makes that kid crazy. And kind of racist, come to think of it.
That's right, this kid is a crazy racist, and they don't even treat him like a villain. They treat him like a voice for the audience.
Wait a minute, does that make me a crazy racist? No, of course not. I have plenty of bear friends, just watch.
So the Bears track down their harmonica player, working on the video shoot of a young pop starlet.
You're Fred Betterhead? Fred from the Country Bears. You should play with us.
Hey look, it's Mandy Moore, Miley Cyrus, Ashley Simpson, Vanessa Hudgens, Demi Lovato, Kylie Minogue, Nelly Furtado, Shania Twain, Bristol Palin, Crystal Marie Harris. I was gonna know it.
I mean, I'm sure she's a nice person, but they treat her like some big-time celebrity cameo. Has anyone even heard of her? Has she even heard of herself? Did she just wander on set after Mandy Moore canceled and the producer said, hey, you're white, you'll do? What's she doing now? Polishing Miley Cyrus's collection of crack pipes? Anyway, after a pointless musical number, the Bears pick up Fred and take a little drive down memory lane.
Winning that talent show was our big break.
What's an arm musician?
Oh, that's Betty Bogswaggle. But he was a bad loser. He hit Zeb with a chair.
Wow, Joe Biden was an angry young man.
So they find their old fiddle player in a country western bar tended by Queen Latifah for no reason whatsoever.
Now come on, Zeb. What do you say? You give up the honey and come with us.
Oh yeah, apparently honey is highly addictive to bears in this movie. They use it as a G-rated euphemism for drugs and alcohol. I mean, hookers and crack.
But wait a minute, Barry was eating honey at the dinner scene earlier. Does that make this kid a drunk?
These child stars start so early.
So to settle a debt, the bear and his fiddle must defeat Brian Setzer and his astonishing leopard print guitar in a battle for musical supremacy. I'm confused. Which one of them represents the devil? So the bear sucks at first, but then plays better. Setzer, meanwhile, plays flawlessly all the way through. Well, it doesn't take a genius to figure out the winner is the bear!
It was rigged! Damn it, I had 10 grand on Setzer winning and the whole movie ending right there. Now how can I afford to blow up that orphanage? Those orphans know what they did.
Meanwhile, back at the walk-in, oh god, he's dead! Oh, sorry. Christopher Walken passes the time by imitating Disneyland management.
Oh no! Country bear hole has been crushed!
Meanwhile, the Bears track down their one-string thong? I don't know.
This bear's character trait is being whiny and neurotic, so I guess he's what you might call a...
Bear Jew.
Right. Thanks, Brad.
Sorry, boys. I just can't play the thing. Not without Trixie there.
Oh my gosh. You're the Country Bears.
And you're Carrie Underwood, Taylor Swift, Hilary Duff, Haley Duff, Baby Spice, Zach Hansen, Rue McClanahan, Crystal Marie Harris in a blonde wig. I don't know. I should know this. Jennifer okay, now you're just making up pop stars.
So they launch into another pointless musical number that accomplishes nothing because that soundtrack album won't pad itself out. Excuse me, can I get some... I'm ready to order. I'm trying to get some... Excuse me, miss, could I please get some service? Stop moving my table, please. I don't know why you're dancing. I'm just trying to get some pancakes. I'm just got tired. Could someone please help me?
Everybody be cool, it's a robbery!
Any of you fucking pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
Thank you. Okay, now, I would like...
But then the cops show up for the contractually obligated car chase scene.
How about a little thing I call hiding in the car wash? How's that work? We hide in the car wash. Oh.
Hey kids, who wants to write a movie? Get in, my man.
Nice choice of music, by the way. Very creative.
Oh, yeah, we got him, baby. Oh, we got him.
Where'd it go? I don't know. I can't see him. I can't see anything. Can you see anything?
No, I can't. Put the window down.
Yeah, put the window down. You know, I kind of wish we didn't have to put the window down every time the windows got wet. If only there was some device attached to car windshields that allowed you to wipe it clean of residue without going outside. Some sort of windshield wiper, as it were. Oh well, maybe in Tomorrowland, right? Anyway, oh my God! When will the automakers learn? So the Bears stop at a hotel where the Bear Jew's ex-lover Trixie just happens to be performing.
This next song was written by an old friend of mine. He wrote it a long time ago.
Did I lose your love a long time?
Did she just swallow Bonnie Raitt? That's not the same voice.
Don't look at me like I'm a stranger.
And he's Don Henley, of course.
I think you two so dang lucky to have each other.
Have I changed that much? Baby, tell me how.
Wow, who does Haley Joel Osment's singing voice? Frank Zappa?
So they have one more bear left to get, the bear that looks like a buffalo. And to get him, they have to, you guessed it, crash a posh country club!
My word, why are the servants dressed so appallingly?
You gonna kill that before you eat it?
Hey, quit bugging Barbara Bush. It turns out the buffalo bear has become a wedding singer.
Well, at least you're not doing children's birthday parties.
Really?
Hey, that guy's gotta eat children somehow.
But Buffalo Bear refuses to come out tonight, so Barry gets disillusioned and does the only sensible thing. Run all the way home. They made me do things no bear should do. As the bears discover an inspiring essay Barry wrote about them.
My heroes are the country bears. Whenever I'm sad, I play one of their songs, and I forget why I was even sad at all. And if you met my brother, you'd know why I was always sad.
Oh, Christ, it turns into a goth poem. Into suicide note. Should we still be inspired by this, or...?
So the buffalo has a change of heart and visits Barry at his house.
Wow, just imagine a huge rock star, someone you used to idolize right there in your bedroom, only after he personally screwed you over, destroyed your dreams, and made you stop idolizing him. Oh wait, I don't need to imagine that, because they ripped it off from Almost Famous!
So this is, where the enemy sleeps.
And that thing you wrote in your journal about us being great, it's true.
Yeah, they really were great. Hey, remember that collaboration they did with Alvin and the Chipmunks? Man, that was... Oh.
You're gonna do the show?
Not without you.
But then...
The bus was stolen! It was that Thimble fella!
Your stuff was on that bus, right?
Yeah.
All your stuff? We can track him with this.
So, you let your parents waste taxpayer money on a couple of Keystone Cop wannabes when you could have tracked them down the whole time?
Your parents were worried sick, you prick! What do you just have a hard-on for baked goods? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Let them drown? Oh yeah, Disney bears can float. But the point remains! Well, at least you kept these two idiots away from drug busts and hostage negotiations. Come to think of it, you just might have saved their lives. Now they can propagate the species. Good job. So the buffalo bear can't fit in their minivan because he's too damn big. I guess no one in this universe where bears talk thought to make bear-friendly vehicles. Again. When will the automakers learn?
I have a better idea. I'm on a boat. I'm on a boat.
And they're off to rescue Christopher Walken from those creepy bear suits.
You ruined my life.
What are you talking about?
This.
Coming this Oscar season, Christopher Walken is Joe Biden. Rated R.
And now, here comes, no joke, perhaps the greatest line of dialogue ever.
I'm plotting my revenge, waiting for the day I destroy the place that brought me misery. Well, that day is tonight.
Maybe I'm easily amused, but I love that line. It's ingenious in its simplicity. Play it again.
That day is tonight.
Again.
That day is tonight.
The greatest line in cinema history is in The Country Bears. Who knew? I hope the film has the sense to end there. I mean, how can a film this bad possibly top...
Oh, fuck. So meanwhile, this happens. Now, them Duke Bears were in one honeypot full of trouble. Ain't no way they're getting a sequel out of this turd. So the boat crashes and frees the bears, and they all go to Country Bear Hall to do their big benefit concert. But there's nobody there. You can even hear the crickets. But no, there's actually hundreds of people there. They were all just out back.
Thanks, hundreds of people, for not making any noise whatsoever. Out in the country, where hundreds of people standing around would drown out the crickets. In fact, I'm gonna try that right now. Hey, hundreds of people, shut up! Hey, waterfall, shut up! Hey, middle of nowhere, shut up!
The count is in, and we say Country Bear!
Aw, you got beaten by the power of cute. So that's the Country Bears, 95% pure shit with the occasional punctuation of semi-competence. There was a lot of talent wasted on this train wreck, and every now and then you see glimpses of a funny movie trying to crawl out of it, but it simply can't. It's trapped under those horrible bear suits. In fact, I don't even believe this is a movie. This is a really fucked up dream someone had after watching the Blues Brothers, the Muppet Movie, and Grizzly Man on the same night.
There were all these bears, man, and they were playing country music, but it was normal. Everyone was like, yeah, that's what happens. And you were there, and you two got eaten by a car wash. Oh, and you were there to settle a 30-year-old grudge over armpit farts. And somehow, they gave me the idea to dissolve my father's multi-million-dollar business and become an internet reviewer.
No. No, man. Shit, no, man. I believe you get your ass kicked saying something like that, man.
Sorry.
Until next time, I'm some jerk with a camera.
We're the bears who sing for doo-doo-dah, doo-dah, drinking moonshine till we puke.
Oh, da doo da.
Big, dumb, belching bear.
We're the bears who sing for doo-doo-dah.
I think there's bears in the woods.
That day is tonight.